So my first few days into my comic history, I've talked about early memories and specifically DC, DC, DC. And I'm still very much a DC guy, like more than ever. But the weird thing is that it was not a DC property that made me jump into being just an all-out comics nerd and loving the genre of superheroes, which then led me into me loving the entire medium of comic books. So yeah, it wasn't a DC property that first launched me into this love. It was X-Men. Yeah, these guys. Specifically the X-Men Evolution TV show. I can remember like the day where it just clicked. There was an episode of the show on. I don't remember the exact episode, but like Wolverine was off doing something and Nightcrawler and Rogue had to go find him. And like this was like my first time I remember watching the show. I didn't know what Rogue did. I don't think I knew what she did by the end of the episode because she never had to absorb anyone's powers and she has like a very specific skill set. But so I remember the whole episode being like, well, what does she do? But seeing Nightcrawler, oh, that's obvious. He's got a tail. He can do more acrobatic things. Sure. And then he teleported. There was bam, and I was done. Like that was a life-changing experience. For whatever reason, teleportation was the coolest damn superpower I'd ever seen. And it still like ranks up there. The opening scene of X-Men 2 where he just massacres the Secret Service is still like one of my favorite action scenes in all of cinema. Period. I will fight you on this. So X-Men is what really launched my love of comic books. Along with the fact that this was around the time that DK Publishing, funny thing, my iPad that I'm filming this from is sitting on a stack of big DK encyclopedias. Yeah, but this was back when they just started publishing like mini comic encyclopedias, so there was specifically like an X-Men one and a Spider-Man one and a Batman one and a Superman one and yada yada. There was a Hulk one. I remember really loving that one. But regardless, like I was able to pick up an X-Men encyclopedia and just pore over it. And I was like, I got into this genre, this medium through encyclopedias and reference materials way before I ever actually read an individual comic book. And yeah, like I was able to find one for X-Men and chase it down and devour it and love it. By this point in my life, I'd like gotten into that whole Superman is OP thing. But I remember I fell back in love with Superman just because I'm like, oh no, he does have a rogue scholar that can challenge him. And like all the Krypton mythos I loved. I love Kandor. I don't know why. It's just one of the coolest parts of the Superman mythos. So, DC for life. Gotham is my favorite city. But within Marvel, my love will always be the X-Men. Because they are bae, and they're what got me started on this. So yeah, DC fanboys, do you have a Marvel property that you secretly cheat with? Marvel fanboys, do you have a DC property that you secretly cheat with? People who just love them for both. Like, what's your favorites from either company? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments, and I'll see you in a couple days, y'all.